a production of the New Jersey Courts.
The judiciary has been enhanced by the increase of female leadership, from assignment judges to trial court administrators to directors. We represent different points of view. We come from different backgrounds. We're moms, we're sisters, we're daughters. And I think that approach, the way we may look at issues, the way we may be able to juggle different things, has really enhanced the type of work that we do here.
I think it definitely goes beyond anything involving gender. I think it is about having more people represented here, makes sure that we have more perspectives in their background and diversity of what they've experienced.
When I became a judge in 1991, there was an emphasis on having more women judges. So I think women brought a sensitivity that perhaps opened the doors a little bit wider and also gave a wider idea of what it means to be a litigant as well as be a judge.
New Jersey's judiciary has always been at the forefront when it comes to judicial reform. That holds true when it comes to women in leadership positions in the courts as well. New Jersey's first female Chief Justice, Deborah Poritz, also had the distinction, in 1997, of appointing Judge Sybil Moses as the first female assignment judge in the state when she chose Moses to lead the Bergen vicinage. Today in 2020, 9 of the 15 assignment judges are women. The first female trial court administrator was Dolly Chambers, appointed in 1984 to lead the Camden vicinage. In 2020, 10 of the 15 trial court administrators are women.
I think it's important for folks to have faith in our system, that people be represented, men, women, people of color, gay, straight. Everybody should somehow feel that their voice is heard and they are represented in our system of justice.
So I think the biggest challenge is the people challenges, continuing to try to keep people inspired and encouraged to do the job that we are doing here, to ensure that with limited resources that folks feel valued and motivated and inspired to do the work of the judiciary.
I was the first female assignment judge here in Vicinage 13. I sat for 15 years in Middlesex, so when Chief Justice Poritz asked me to come here and be the assignment judge, she said, oh, by the way, there are 3 courthouses. And so I was like, oh, okay. Not very naively, didn't realize the challenge that comes with 3 courthouses. So that's one of the biggest challenges.
In 2015, we had a major flood in our civil courthouse. It required me to relocate 169 staff, judges' courtrooms, and the county had indicated to us at the time that it would be a 6 to 8 week process. It was 9 months. That ended up being running the gamut of emotions for many, many people. People that had pictures, mementos, things that were extremely important to them that they wanted back. So for me, the greater challenge in that was dealing with the human aspect and for the length of time that it needed to be dealt with.
You often have to rely on relationships, build trust, think of ways to connect with them and help focus on the importance of the work that we do to try to motivate folks. When you are a leader and a manager, you have to make difficult decisions. And sometimes when you make those difficult decisions, people don't like you or they don't like the decisions that you made. And your task as a manager and to be a good manager is to try to do every day what is just, right, and equitable. I think especially women, it's important not to internalize that response that you get from folks and not to put so much focus on being liked.
think the leadership lesson that I learned was at my mentor, my first boss in the judiciary, Greg Edwards, which was, don't ask anyone to do any job that you're not willing to do yourself. If we have a need, I will sit in family, I will sit in criminal, I will sit in civil. I started out as a probation investigator and worked my way up, so I think I have a pretty good idea of the different responsibilities as well as the different challenges that everybody faces who works in the courthouses.
When you have a situation where maybe you are not on the same page, that you take a break and step out and you meet with that person, usually over coffee or tea, out of the work environment, and you really kind of get to the bottom of what the disagreement is about. I learned that from the assignment judge, Lisa P. Thornton.
Without a doubt, the two people that have had the most influence in my development have been my former assignment judge, Linda Feinberg, and my current assignment judge, Mary Jacobson. These are two women that have empowered me, inspired me, motivate me, and believe in me.
My mother went to college and got her master's degree after my brother and I were born. And I think that there might have been expectations of her that she would be wife and mom, and what she ended up being was a manager in the banking industry. I think that had a big influence on me. The idea that they, treated her with as much respect as, people on my dad's team treated him in his industry. And so it just really, I think that influence might not be something that I've thought about a lot, but just that expectation that I could be a leader, I think is very highly influenced by seeing my mom in that role.